Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am filming on my patio today outside, and if you know me, I'm totally like a holistic flower child. So I think that I'm going to continue to film out here. I'm sorry for all the noise of the critters. I'm sorry if you see like a squirrel running by or something like that, but where I live, the backyard is really wooded. So yeah, but today's video is going to be a segment on veganism. This video is going to be on my minimalism and veganism playlist, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some bodily changes that I noticed once I went vegan. I know what turns a lot of people off from going vegan is that they don't know what the transition period is going to be like. They don't know what changes they're going to experience, but I think that's also up to you to research and to make vegan friends and join vegan friendly groups and really ask people how their transition period was. So I'm also going to provide you with the resource and share what happened to my body and things that I noticed in my body, the pros and the cons when I went vegan. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, you guys, so first thing you should know that it's almost been a year. We're in October 2017. I went vegan like mid-October 2016, so it's almost been a year since I went vegan. I transitioned for 3 months. So I weaned myself off of animal-based products for 3 months until December, and then like by the new year, January 2017, I was like full-fledged on a vegan diet. So things that I noticed, I have, y'all know, got a list. So the first thing that I noticed when I went vegan, transitioned into veganism, started implementing a vegan diet into my lifestyle was my cycle, y'all. I'm gonna say cycle instead of period because I know there may be some males watching, and I just want to be considerate of my verbiage. I don't really like saying period. I'd rather say cycle because, you know, period has more negative connotations and associations than cycle does. So yeah, so my cycle, so let me just take y'all through the journey of the length and flow of my cycle. I'm not saying that going vegan gave me a more bearable cycle, but I'm saying it definitely helped. So I first started my cycle around 13. It was 2 weeks long, extremely heavy flow. I was not raised on pork, so I ate pork, but I never ate it at home. It was always like at somebody else's house or like special occasion kind of thing. When I first had my cycle at 13, maybe like a year after, it started to regulate, and from 2 weeks to 14 days, it probably went down to like 8 or 9 days. Still heavy flow. I know it was a lot for a 13-year-old. And then I would say once I got to high school, somewhere between high school and college, I stopped eating beef. So I stopped eating beef, stopped eating pork. Then my cycle re-regulated to about 5 days. Then later in college, I went pescatarian. My cycle was still 5 days, but the flow was way lighter. I would say my typical flow, like for half and half, I was using like super tampons, and then like the later half regular tampons. When I went vegan, y'all, my cycle dropped down to 3 days and on a light flow. And now like I kind of get upset with myself because I use the regular size tampons now, but they are never full. And of course, you know, you want to change your tampon every so often, but I just get mad at myself because I feel like I'm wasting money because it's not even full. So yeah, so going vegan definitely like gave me a lighter cycle. Now also, because my body is pretty much detoxified, I'm not on birth control. I don't take like Advil or Pamprin or anything when I'm cramping. So my first day of my cycle is always like, like I don't want to be disrespectful to any mothers out there, to anyone who is going through childbirth, but my first day of my cycle, I feel like I am having contractions. Like I am doing yoga all day. I'm on all fours in gorilla poses, like rocking back and forth. Like I feel like something is dropping inside of me and about to come out. So that is the only thing, that's the only like issue. Like now that my body has detoxified itself, and now that I don't like take the medications that I used to, that really highly influence my body as a woman and my reproductive system, I am feeling all of that pain. But I'm okay. Like, I don't mind cramping, because I do want to be a mother one day, and I know that my menstrual cycle is ultimately preparing me to have a baby one day, and I do want to have a natural birth. So that's why I just work through that pain and work through that part of my body and part of my cycle. So that's the first one. So the second one is just clearer skin overall, more balanced skin. My skin retains more moisture now. I feel like no matter what the weather is, no matter what I'm going through, no matter if I'm on my cycle, not on my cycle, I just feel like I'm always like glowing from within. I just feel like because I'm putting good things into my body now, that you can really see that manifest in my skin. Before I went vegan, I was like dry skin, and I will say that going vegan really balanced my pH, and now I would classify myself as normal skin. I also learned, like, while I was on this vegan journey, that if you identify as like combination oily skin or dry skin, your skin isn't dry or oily. You're just doing something. There's something going on in your lifestyle that is imbalancing your skin. Dry skin and oily skin, that is an indication of an imbalance in your skin. So yes, I would say that going vegan really just helped my skin retain moisture longer and really balanced out, you know, my moisture levels in my skin. So that's one. I would say acne. So I get less acne overall, but again, when my cycle comes, I get very, very hormonal acne. There's nothing I can do about it. It's not pimples that I can pop or anything. During my cycle, I am like doing a deep treatment mask, like a pore minimizing mask, a charcoal mask or something like that, probably every other day. So out of my cycle is like 3 days. So 2 of those 3 days, I'm like treating myself. And I also, like, just a backstory, I also got acne really, really early. I got acne in elementary school, 5th grade. So by the time I got to high school, my acne was gone when everyone else was going through it. So since high school, my skin has been pretty good. And I have a pretty good skincare routine as well. But when on my cycle, that's pretty much when I get all of my acne. But for the most part, I will say that going vegan really helped you know, me maintain having good skin. And if I slip up, like if I eat something with dairy in it, or if I eat something that's like super toxic that I normally wouldn't eat, like my skin is an indication now. Obviously it's the biggest organ on the body, but I know I've done something wrong when it shows up in my skin. I know I've eaten something bad because it will show up in my skin. I won't get like, you know, a tummy ache or a headache or anything like that. Like I will get acne, and that I think that another point that it brings me to is going vegan has really made, because I'm not putting so much junk into my body, it's really cleared out my system, and I have to pay attention, and my body will like send me signals of when something is going wrong. It's really made me more aware of my body and has given me a better relationship with my body overall. Okay, so the next thing is going vegan decreased my migraines. I still have migraines maybe like once a month, but I started getting migraines when I went to college. I think it was just a combination of like a complete schedule shift, and I was like way busier in college than I was in high school. I was a music major and dance minor, so always whipping and running, always in rehearsals, always in class, always on a stage somewhere. So yeah, so it was just really hectic. It really shifted my eating schedule, which I think that was a part of it as well. My body just went into like complete shock, and I started getting migraines. The medicine that my doctor prescribed me wasn't helping. Basically the only thing that would help me was like essential oils and like diffusers, and really just dealing with the pain of a migraine. And my doctor did put me on a gluten-free diet. That helped a little bit. I didn't go completely gluten-free. I just started implementing more gluten-free things into my diet because I love bread, I love pasta, I love wheat. So yeah, so that was that. But once I started like going vegan and implementing more raw foods, like raw fruits and vegetables into my diet, I think that really balanced it out. I won't say that it made my migraines go away because I still have migraines, but it really balanced it out. And I went from having like 8 migraines a month to like having 1 a month. It was serious, y'all. I was in like a medical study and everything. So another thing that changed when I went vegan was like my body odor. And I know like everyone has like a natural BO, and it just, I don't know, I don't remember like what it was like before, but now it's just like lighter and not as heavy. And that's something that I'm really conscious about because I'm one of those people who just like sweats all the time. I have a nervous sweat, anxiety sweat. I just sweat a lot. So that's something that I was kind of curious about if it was going to change it out when I went vegan. I'm sorry, y'all, I had to sniffle. Okay, so that's something that I was curious about when I went vegan. I was wondering like, oh, is this going to shift like my scent? Like, is it going to make me sweat more or less? It definitely shifted, like lighter. I don't remember what it was like before, but now like my natural like BO, like if I would just like go into the wilderness or something like that and like not shower, not bathe, not do nothing, it's like a combination of like bergamot and sweat and fresh linen. Like that's what I would say my natural BO smells like. And it just going vegan and putting better things into my body just like shifted everything. Now also, mind you, when I transitioned into a vegan diet, I also transitioned into veganism like as a consumer, especially when it comes to beauty products and hygiene products. So I started using vegan toothpaste, I started using vegan deodorant, I started using vegan hair care, all those types of things. So I was putting good things like not only into my body but like on myself, and like those areas like where, you know, clearly you have to like wash out your shampoo and you wash off your deodorant at the end of the day and all that kind of stuff. So I will say that both of those things working hand in hand shifted my BO for the better. The health of my hair. So obviously I like love my hair. I'm natural, like hair is a big thing for me. And when I went vegan, I just noticed like immediately like my hair stopped breaking off as much. I would say that when I was transitioning, I was like high manipulation, and now I'm pretty much like low manipulation. I either wear my hair in flat twist, I wear it in this puff, and when it's not in a puff, it's literally twisted down and I have a headscarf on. So I would definitely categorize as low manipulation now. But when I was transitioning, and even a few months of me like being completely vegan at the top of the new year, I was still like high manipulation with my hair, and it would break off a lot, like shed and break off. Like there's a difference. Like when your hair is shedding, the entire strand of hair will come off, and shedding, you'll have longer strands of hair, and when your hair is breaking, it'll be like shorter pieces of hair. So I immediately noticed that when my hair was coming out, it was shedding and not like breaking off. And my hair sheds a lot because I keep it down and covered for the most part. So my hair is like tied down for like a week and a half at a time. And then when I do go in and like let it free or wash it, I do have a lot of shedding. But for the most part, just length retention, strength and shine and thickness. My hair is already pretty thick, but going vegan took maintaining my hair to a whole new level. Like it doesn't break off anymore. It always has like a luster and shine. I'm able to retain the length. It's growing faster and better and all those kinds of things. I didn't change my hair routine at all outside of switching to vegan products. Before I went vegan, I was using Shea Moisture, which is pretty much vegan, and I still use their deep conditioners because I love their deep conditioners. I know Shea Moisture is like very questionable, y'all, but I'm only using one product from them, and until I find something better or just as good, that's what I'm going to continue to use. So if you guys like have something that's just as good as Shea Moisture deep conditioners, drop it below. But for the most part, I use vegan hair products On my hair, I use Control Hair Care. It's a small business based out of Atlanta. I will leave her information and her Instagram in the description box below. So weight loss, I feel like that's something that like everyone is curious about when they go vegan. I wasn't really checking for weight loss because I'm already tiny. I've never been over 120. I'm about 110 right now, and I am like 5'4", so I've always been tiny, always. When I did go vegan, I would say I lost maybe like 10 pounds, but once my body got used to the diet, I did gain that weight back, and now I'm like a solid 110. Normally my weight fluctuates like every 6 months by like 2 to 5 pounds maybe, but I have been 110 like for a solid year. So I think that going vegan also offered me security in that way, because you know I'm 23 years old, and you know I've always been the girl that's been told, oh, you're too skinny, or you need to eat more, or what have you, and when your weight fluctuates, like that kind of supports your critics' arguments. But now that it's solid and steady, you know, I just, you know, am more confident about what I look like and how much I weigh, and being small and being truly comfortable in the skin that I'm in. So that leads me to my next and final point, y'all. So going vegan just gave me, I was already confident. I've always been like a confident person, but now that I'm vegan, I'm just way more confident, not only in what I look like, but in what I eat and how I'm eating. You know how some people will say, oh, like, girl, I need to lay off the bread because it's just going to my hips, or oh girl, you know, I need to eat more fruit, or oh, like, I can't eat what everybody else eats because I'm going to gain weight regardless. Like, you know, when people say they're going on diets, like, I don't have to worry about that. Like, that mindset is totally like foreign to me, because I know that pretty much everything that I'm eating is going to be good for my body, and I don't have to worry about eating too many muffins because I can go and get vegan muffins, and it's wheat and applesauce and sea salt. Like, that's how they make vegan muffins, or at least the kind that I like, the blueberry kind. So I don't have to worry. I can eat what I want because I know that everything that I'm eating is of the earth, and that is going to be good for me, that is not going to go inside my body and do any harm or toxify my body or anything like that. And I think that's the biggest thing between having optimal health and just implementing the healthiest option into your life versus going on a diet. Like, diets are temporary. Like, why go on a diet when you can just eat better overall? So yeah, so that's it, you guys. Those are the things, the positive things that I noticed when I went vegan. The only negative thing was pretty much that the first day of my cycle I am cramping like awful, but I don't really think of that as a negative way because that's preparing me for motherhood one day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Leave me any deep conditioners down below that are just as great as Shea Moisture, so I can like stop feeling bad about using them. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.